There comes a moment in every man's life when the internal dashboard lights start flashing warnings he's been ignoring for way too long, and suddenly, he realizes his energy system has been running at a net loss without him even noticing it. And this is the point where the real plot twist begins, because the thing draining him isn't the world outside. It's the habits he repeats when nobody is watching. And this is where the suspense truly kicks in, because once this truth hits, it refuses to unhit. Hold on, before we unlock the real power of semen retention, hit that subscribe button and join our Telegram channel, link in description. We drop daily wisdom, success tools, and energy secrets only shared there. Don't watch from the sidelines, become part of the movement. Your attractiveness, your vibe, your entire executive presence is built on how efficiently your system allocates energy, and this becomes shockingly clear when you realize the body isn't some messy biology project. It's a high-performance enterprise, constantly evaluating resource allocation and deciding what gets the energy budget and what gets declined like a corporate expense that doesn't pass audit. Retention steps onto the scene like a secret optimization protocol hidden deep in your operating system, and once activated, everything starts shifting subtly, then dramatically. First your focus, then your mood, then the aura around you that people feel before they even hear you talk. And suddenly, you're not just walking into rooms, you're entering like someone who owns their lane. This is where the tension rises, because the truth doesn't ask anyone for permission when it shows up, and the truth is that releasing constantly is a silent cash burn that leaves your system bankrupt and your energy flatlined, and your confidence running on fumes, and the glow you were meant to carry gets traded away 4 seconds of dopamine that barely lasts long. Enough to justify the fatigue. Your body wants you to win. It wants you at maximum vitality, maximum clarity, maximum glow, and when it has the resources, it pushes you toward your peak, because biology isn't biased, it's efficient. And if you feed it consistently, it will always aim for its highest performance metrics. But the catch is that the energy used for reproduction doesn't come from thin air. It comes from the same treasury that fuels your strength, your skin, your brain, your emotional stability, your creative momentum, all of it. This is the first twist that shakes people. The longevity trade-off. Nobody warned them about the idea that releasing constantly is like taxing your own life expectancy. And while modern culture may not talk about it, the underlying biology absolutely does, and it shows up in subtle ways: accelerated aging, reduced vitality, higher fatigue, weaker magnetism, and a sense of internal depletion men casually accept as normal. But nothing about depletion is normal. Nothing about exhaustion is destiny. Nothing about feeling drained all the time is part of your story. Arc retention is the moment you reclaim your operating system and reroute energy back into growth, repair, strength, clarity, and youth. And it hits differently because you can feel it in real time. Here's where the suspense deepens, because people underestimate how closely attraction mirrors vitality. The body reads signals faster than the mind does, and when you're depleted, your face, your posture, your energy, your tone, everything broadcasts that lack. But when you retain, the opposite happens: your presence sharpens. Your skin brightens, your eyes gain this quiet voltage, and people pick up on it even if they can't explain why. The world keeps telling men to chase attraction through shortcuts, but the real algorithm has always been biological currency, and semen is the highest currency your system produces, the most expensive resource your body manufactures, the most potent chemical package you generate, and every time you release, your system pays the bill. Retention flips the flow. Suddenly your body is compounding resources instead of losing them, and the result is this almost eerie level of magnetism that doesn't come from effort or performance. It comes from stored energy simmering underneath the surface, your masculine polarity rebuilding itself day after day. Every human interaction carries a magnetic dynamic that is felt long before it is understood, and women especially pick up on masculine energy faster than a weather sensor. Reading a storm front, retention strengthens that polarity, and the effect shows up everywhere. Not just romantically, but professionally, socially, creatively, even spiritually, because it grounds you into your own core. People think semen retention only affects sexual energy, but that's like thinking the sun only gives light. It also gives heat and gravity and life. Retention is the sun of your internal ecosystem. It fuels every subsystem, from muscle recovery to emotional balance, to decision-making, speed to ambition. The masculine archetype has always been built on strength, courage, clarity, centeredness, and direction, but these qualities require energy, lots of it, and men who drain constantly often lose their polarity without realizing it. Their posture softens, their voice weakens, their decisiveness evaporates, their confidence dissolves, their self-respect goes offline. Retention reverses that trajectory, the way a company turnaround plan reverses years of mismanagement. Slowly at first, then faster, once momentum kicks in and you begin feeling the shift deep in your physiology, like gears locking back into place. Some men reclaim their vitality quickly, others take longer, depending on how long they've been draining themselves. But everyone feels the reboot sooner or later because biology rewards consistency, and retention is consistency distilled into discipline. One of the most underrated plot twists is how retention increases your sense of inner stability. The noise quiets down, the self-doubt de-escalates your emotional system, stops acting like a stock chart, and instead becomes a stable baseline, and that stability is magnetic. Women experience this as safety, confidence, direction. You become someone whose energy communicates competence even before you speak, someone grounded, someone present, someone who's not easily thrown off center. And here's the kicker, it's not magic, it's not mystical, it's energetics. When your system has resources to spare, your presence becomes richer, stronger, warmer, more compelling because you're not operating from scarcity, you're operating from overflow. This energy reshapes your physical body. The muscle tone restores, faster recovery improves sleep, deepens your eyes, sharpened, and that subtle masculine facial structure starts becoming more pronounced. Retention feeds the tissues that define a man's physical presence. Some men don't realize how depleted they've become until they finally stop the cycle, and suddenly, everything feels different. Like stepping out of a noisy room into clean, cold air, like realizing the weight you were carrying wasn't normal at all. After weeks of retention, you begin noticing how women look at you, how conversations shift, how people respond to your presence. Your charisma stops feeling forced and starts feeling natural, as if you're simply radiating a baseline confidence you didn't know you had. This isn't just social, this is physiological. Masculine energy becomes magnetic when it is contained, directed, and preserved, not scattered through compulsive habits. Modern culture pushes men toward constant output, constant ejaculation, constant drain, but the results speak for themselves. Burnout, depression, low energy, lack of drive, emotional instability, softer bodies, weaker voices, and a chronic sense of numbness that too many men accept as normal. Retention offers the reset button every man secretly wishes existed, a way to return to the version of himself he knows he is capable of being, the version that is sharp, confident, grounded, disciplined, and powerful without aggression. The deeper you go into retention, the more you realize this isn't just a practice, it's a recalibration of identity, the masculine spirit, reasserting itself after years of being diluted by overstimulation and quick dopamine. Your state changes your posture, your social calibration, your ambition, your patience, your clarity, your ability to handle conflict, your ability to attract the feminine. All of it strengthens because your internal foundation is no longer leaking energy. Over time, you start moving differently, speaking differently, thinking differently, and the suspenseful part is that it almost feels like the old you is being replaced by a version built for higher performance, the version you always suspected you could become but never knew how to unlock. People around you feel the difference. Even if they don't know why, energy is the real first impression. Long before appearance or words or style, retention makes your energy unmistakably masculine, unmistakably grounded, unmistakably magnetic. And here's the most mind-bending part. It's not about avoiding pleasure, it's about reclaiming control. Your system works better when it isn't constantly forced into depletion mode. Your energy becomes a strategic asset, and every day you retain, you invest in your future self. This is compounded self-improvement, the way financial compounding grows. Wealth retention compounds vitality, strength, focus, and magnetism. The ROI is insane. Men have been losing generational strength because of constant depletion, constant stimulation, constant distraction. Retention is the counter movement, the antidote, the reboot. And the suspenseful twist is that the world has quietly known this for thousands of years. Every ancient warrior culture spoke of preserving life force, not as superstition, but as strategy. You are stepping into a tradition of high-performance masculinity, the kind built on discipline, inner fire, clarity, and presence, not on ego or impulse. Retention becomes the catalyst that shifts your narrative from depleted to dangerous. In the best way, dangerous, meaning focused, intentional, disciplined, and impossible to ignore. When you retain, you radiate potential. When you release constantly, you radiate fatigue. People feel the difference immediately. Eventually, retention becomes less about resisting and more about optimizing it. Becomes a lifestyle, a strategic advantage, a personal upgrade. Every man who commits to retention long enough discovers a transformation. That feels almost unbelievable at first because the gap between depleted you and optimized you is massive. This is the turning point where the story arc shifts and you start realizing you are not becoming someone new, you are returning to the version of yourself you were always meant to be. If this video gave you real value, tap the thanks button. Your support helps me keep creating deeper content like this. Every thanks is a spark that keeps this mission alive. Your support means more than you know. Retention gives you back your intensity, your ambition, your glow, your drive, your magnetism, your youthfulness, your polarity, your edge. The story ends with this simple truth. Your energy is the source code of your destiny. Manage it recklessly, and everything slips. Manage it intelligently, and everything aligns. Retention is not the end of your journey. It is the reboot, the relaunch, the strategic upgrade, the new baseline that empowers every other part of your evolution. And once you feel the shift, you never forget it because your system finally runs the way it was always designed to. This is where your next chapter begins.